What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you've had a great day. Hope you're having a great work week. Hopefully this might be the last day that y'all work this week, and hopefully you guys have the next couple of days off. I know my wife has to work tomorrow, but I am off from now until next Monday. So excited to have some time off and some time off next weekend for New Year's. But winding down the new year, we're getting close to Christmas, then get through New Year's, and I just got y'all some latest information. In this video, we're going to actually talk a little bit about the Northwest around, places like Washington State, Oregon, areas of Northern California, and just the Pacific Northwest a little bit. And I know I don't talk much on these guys, but this is an impressive setup. It's not really what the video is going to be set around. We're also going to talk about New England could potentially get some snow just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That might put some snow on the ground for you guys, and maybe Boston long shot. And I wouldn't even call it a long shot. Maybe you'll have a chance for a white Christmas from a quick moving clipper that might drop some snow on the ground just in time for Christmas Eve here in the next couple days. So we're going to talk about that, and we're just going to give you the latest information as far as what the pattern looks like. I can tell you not a whole lot's changed, but I'm here to just give you the latest. So if you guys have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Like the video if you like it. There's an opportunity for you to join my channel also. No pressure, but that's just a way to basically help out. Just give a little bit to my channel monthly, and I got 5 people who currently do it. So I thank you all for the amazing support with that. Looking forward to the future, guys. Really am. When it gets really slow like this, I start thinking about the future and just basically, the future of this channel and what I plan on doing here. And I got big plans, guys. And I pray about it and pray that it's the right thing to do, right approach to put so much energy in this. And I just feel it just still feels as intense as ever to keep pushing with this. So thank y'all for the amazing support. Thank you for an awesome 2021 so far as we're about to close it out. So let's get going here. So we'll look at temperature anomalies, and this is temperatures compared to average. You'll see the negative numbers on here and the positive numbers on here. Well, we get rid of this ridge in the west here in time, and as you're getting going here, most of the cold air is bottled up here and basically in the Pacific Northwest and the basically far western Canada, very well below average temperatures sitting here. And then we're starting to get into just after Christmas, it's some very cold air dips down. I mean, this is well below average temperature, starts to dig down here. And, for Seattle, for example, as we're getting a couple of days after Christmas, you're 15 to 20, 25 degrees below zero. If you guys don't know much about Dallas, which I'm not going to pretend I know a whole lot about Dallas, but if you don't know a lot about Dallas and Portland and those low-lying cities that have very high elevations around them, their temperatures do not budge a lot. Normally around this time of the year, you get highs in the 40s and lows in the upper 30s, and it never gets quite cold enough for snow in the big cities of Seattle and things like that. But with this pattern, in this huge trough that's going to dig down, this Arctic air mass, it is definitely going to set the tone. And with an active pattern, some of you guys are going to have a chance for snow, and a ton of snow for the Sierra Nevada and Northern California. So anybody who just happened to plan a vacation for the Sierra Nevada, one, you're going to get trapped with snow, no lie, no joke there, and you're going to, see almost a fairy tale kind of Christmas. I mean, you're going to get so much snow out there. So I'm jealous. I was thinking about that today. Like, I was looking at plane tickets, not for this year, but in the coming years. How much will it cost me to get a plane ticket and get a cabin up there in the Sierra Nevada just to experience a white Christmas? But anyways, as you can tell, we back it up to Christmas. And look at how warm it is in the south and how warm it is in the eastern U.S. We talked about this last night and the reasons why. So if you're wondering why, watch the video last night and I'll break down why. But look at these anomalies dipping into the upper Midwest into the Dakotas. You have 40, 50 degrees below average. Bitterly cold air is going to begin to enter the northern, basically the upper Midwest. As we get into the last couple of days of the year. But this southeast ridge is hanging tough, 15 to 25 to 30 degrees above normal for the south. I think this northeast is going to be saved, and you guys are going to still stay around average. But Through the entirety of the run, the cold air finally starts to break a little bit further east, but still no real big signs. So I want to mention here, let's look at this really quick. I want to mention, look at this little system for the Northeast. Watch out Boston, areas of Massachusetts, even close to New York City. Watch as we're getting into tomorrow, the 23rd. We're getting into tomorrow evening, getting into overnight tomorrow, into Christmas Eve. And look at this little area of light to moderate snow. It starts working into New England, covers a lot of New York State, and gets really close to New York City. In fact, northern New Jersey. You guys could see some snow from this. And this is as you're waking up Christmas Eve. And really for Christmas Eve, you know, it could be snowing for areas from New York City, potentially New York City. Y'all might mix with more rain. But in Boston, you guys might wake up to some snow falling. And it's going to be cold enough to stick in the 20s and teens in some areas. So you might get a nice dusting to a few inches of snow on the ground here in southern New England just in time for Christmas. So it's going to be a nice festive scene, I think, for Christmas Eve for you guys up there. And then you look at how much accumulation could fall off the latest long range and the latest long range HRRR model. The new one's about to come out here in a couple hours, so we'll see how this trends. But we'll look at the latest one here. And you look here, and this is 1 to 2, maybe as much as 3 inches of snow. Boston, the HRRR is trying to show 1 inch of snow. And then I think some flurries could get as far south, a little bit of a rain-snow mix as New York City. So we'll see how that trends and works out here. If you look at the Pacific Northwest, look at all this. I mean, there is a wave after storm system. But I want you to watch this. As we're going through the time, we're getting into Christmas, watch how you'll see a lot of these greens on the maps get dominated more by blues. And what that is the snow levels are dropping in elevation. So by the time you get the day after Christmas, those areas where you're seeing blues, greens are blues now. So those low-lying towns and cities like Medford, Portland, Seattle, and surrounding towns are just really low-lying, below 1,000 feet. You guys could switch to snow. And then going forward here, the pattern might relax, but then it might get reinforced again as you get into the last couple of days of the new year. But very active stuff. You see all this heavy snow in the Sierra Nevada a couple of days after Christmas, but you guys are just going to get plastered here in the coming days and next week and maybe longer. Really does look like that. And as far as temperatures, watch how low they get. This is Seattle, for example. She's at 36 for a high as you're getting into Saturday, getting into Sunday, getting into early next week. And it's showing highs potentially in the 20s for Seattle. Just for an example as a city, that is very cold for Seattle for high temperatures. It really is. 20s for highs at any time of the year for Seattle is very cold. It's not like it's really easy for you to get sub-freezing temperatures in Seattle. I mean, it's not like it's super uncommon, but it's not very, very common. You know what I'm saying? But this would keep, if you take the European as if it's going to happen, this would keep places like Seattle below freezing for maybe a week straight. So any snow that y'all get, and I think Seattle, if y'all are going to get any snow, y'all are going to get it here in the next few days. But any snow that does fall in Seattle, I think has a chance to lay around for a while through the new year. But this is through 10 days. You notice around Seattle showing maybe 3 to 4 to 5 inches of snow. And then the bigger cities, the valley cities, and places like in Oregon could get several inches of snow. But obviously, look at the Sierra Nevada, feet of snow. Not even counting in inches. I think the only thing that could hold you guys up for like areas like Seattle from seeing a lot of snow, I think y'all be cold enough, is the fact that y'all almost will be too cold for snow, if you will. And not in literal terms, what happens here is that the trough digs so far right into here, and as you get into Christmas, this trough is digging like this, so the jet stream is digging like this. So these storm systems are basically flying through here and then plowing into California, and a lot of the main energy and precipitation is kind of missing Seattle. But y'all have opportunities. I do. Do I think y'all have big opportunities? I don't know yet. Definitely stay tuned to your local people around Seattle. I don't talk about that area a lot, but as far as long term, we'll take a look at the latest GFS and what we're trying to see here as far as the pattern. And what we're looking for here, do we see any pattern change here? So we're getting into the new year. Look at all these storm systems flying well north of the South and Mid-Atlantic. That tells me that there's no cold air in place, and the jet stream is well north. In fact, that can promote some kind of severe weather system the last few days of the year. And we'll talk more about that when we get more confident. But finally, you get well out in the future, maybe the first few days of January, you start to see hints of a pattern change. But even then, guys, the southeast ridge is still a problem. But you're starting to see the cold air breaking as we get into the first week of January. But we'll see how that works out. As far as temperatures, let me tell you guys, we're going to absolutely roast in the Mid-Atlantic, southern states, and through the south-central U.S. And it really starts next week as we have days in the 60s and 70s. And, the only thing that's going to save areas like Georgia and the Carolinas in the Mid-Atlantic is a wedge that might keep us a little bit cooler. But at this point, if we're just going to be warm, we might as well be warm, right? And get us in the 70s. But, you're watching this Arctic air mass that starts slowly bleeding southeast as we're getting into the new year. And we'll see what we can do with that. But this is some intense air showing up in the long range, but it's long range, so it's not reliable. That's all I got, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed rest of your night, and I'll give you all an update tomorrow. Thanks.